Hola chavos, welcome to an all new episode of Bilingual Badass, where I help you to develop real conversational Mexican Spanish skills. In today's episode, we're going to dive into a telenovela Spanish scene where we have a little bit of Mexican classism happening at the workplace. We're going to break down, it's a very short scene, but we have a lot of really good Spanish packed into it. So I think you guys are going to get a lot out of it. Practice your listening. We're going to do a little bit of the vocabulary and grammar breakdown, and then we're going to do more listening practice so you can listen, and continue to improve your skills and your confidence. Before diving into today's episode of the podcast, guys, just a quick reminder that these telenovela scenes are also available over at Telenovela Spanish, which is my other podcast. And I'm just basically going to put all of the telenovela scenes, like post them here, but also over there as well, just so for those of you guys who only want that can get that. Also, you can follow me at Bilingual Badass on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. This episode and all other episodes are on YouTube as well. So if you want to see and follow along, I have some notes. I have a transcript here on the screen. I also have the telenovela scene on the screen. So if you're just listening to the show and you want to check out the YouTube channel, head over to YouTube. And lastly, of course, I have a website. I have courses, and I'm doing one-on-one coaching again, starting really this week. I'm available. So if you guys are interested in that, check out my courses over at bilingualbadass.com. Bueno, chavos, vamos a empezar el episodio del día. Vamos a escuchar atentamente, vamos a escuchar la telenovela, el episodio del día.
Es una broma, ¿cierto? El licenciado no puede poner como CEO a un indio.
¿Cómo me dijiste?
Indio. ¿Acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí?
Pues sí, soy de piel morena, aunque tú no soportes que alguien como yo pueda más que tú.
Okay, let's listen to that one more time. It's a short scene, so we're going to listen one more time, and then we'll start breaking it down. So really listen for what's going on. Listen to the vocabulary they're using. It's an argument between two guys. Let's listen up.
Es una broma, ¿cierto? El licenciado no puede poner como CEO a un indio.
¿Cómo me dijiste?
Indio. ¿Acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí?
Pues sí, soy de piel morena, aunque tú no soportes que alguien como yo pueda más que tú.
Okay, so the first sentence here, es una broma, ¿cierto?
Es una broma, ¿cierto?
It's a joke, right? Es una broma, ¿cierto? Okay, es una broma is a question. It's asking, is this a joke? Okay, broma, joke. Cierto. Cierto is saying right. Cierto on its own is true. In a question form, it's saying right. You can also use the word verdad. Es una broma, verdad. Es una broma, cierto. Or you might often sometimes hear no at the end of a question. Okay, es una broma, no. Es una broma, no. Okay. All of these are just kind of asking, right? They're asking. Let's continue. El licenciado no puede poner. Let's actually break this down here. El licenciado no puede poner.
El licenciado no puede poner como...
Okay, so when we say licenciado, we're really talking about, it's an interesting thing in Mexico especially, they call a licenciado somebody with a degree, somebody with a title, somebody with sometimes it's even like whoever's in charge, right? And if it's at a business or something like that, sometimes you'll even call a lawyer licenciado. So it's an interesting thing that we have. So he's saying here, el licenciado no puede poner. Okay, so it's like basically it's like whoever is el licenciado in this particular scene, he can't put. Okay, and he's saying como CEO a un indio. Okay, so he can't put an Indian as a CEO. So he's talking about not as someone from India, obviously, but he's talking about someone from Mexico that is from, what's considered to be the lower class, an Indian, an indigenous person as a CEO.
CEO a un indio.
Okay, so this white Hispanic guy tells this to this darker skinned Hispanic guy that he works with. He can't make you, an Indian, a CEO. Okay. The next line. ¿Cómo me dijiste? ¿Cómo me dijiste? What did you say to me? Okay. What did you say to me?
¿Cómo me dijiste?
Indio.
¿Cómo me dijiste? And the white Hispanic guy responds, Indio. Indian. The next line. ¿Acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí? ¿Acaso? ¿Acaso is like, do you happen to? It's like, do you, ¿acaso ves? ¿Acaso quieres ir a comer? Do you really want to go eat? Right? ¿Acaso tienes ganas de tomar ahorita? Or do you really feel like drinking right now? Okay, so let's listen.
¿Acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí?
Okay, he's saying here, ¿acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí? Un prieto, especially in Mexico, and other countries I'm not really sure, but in Mexico, un prieto is calling someone dark skinned, but it's not a very respectful thing to say. It's not vulgar, but it's not respectful. Un prieto or una prieta, if it's a woman, right? He's like, do you see any other darky around here? Moreno is like the politically correct thing to say. You could say, es un moreno, una morena, a dark-skinned person, right?
Pues sí, soy de piel morena, aunque tú no soportes que alguien como yo pueda más que tú.
Okay. And he says here, pues sí, soy de piel morena.
Pues sí, soy de piel morena, aunque...
Okay. He's like, yeah, I'm dark-skinned. The next line here, although you can't stand that someone like me can do more than you. Aunque tú no soportes, soportar is to be able to stand. Aunque tú no soportes que alguien como yo pueda más que tú. Let's listen to that again.
Aunque tú no soportes que alguien como yo pueda más que tú.
Okay, awesome. So let's go back through line by line. Let's listen here, okay, guys? Vamos a escuchar. And I'll read these out loud before you hear them here on the telenovela. ¿Es una broma, cierto?
¿Es una broma, cierto?
El licenciado no puede poner.
El licenciado no puede poner como...
Okay. Como CEO a un indio.
Como CEO a un indio.
Como CEO a un indio. ¿Cómo me dijiste? ¿Cómo me dijiste?
¿Cómo me dijiste? Indio.
¿Cómo me dijiste? Indio.
Indio.
Indio. ¿Acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí?
¿Acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí?
Pues sí, soy de piel moreno.
Pues sí, soy de piel morena, aunque tú...
Pues sí, soy de piel morena, la piel. Aunque tú no soportes que alguien como yo pueda más que tú. Okay, awesome. So let's talk about real quick. Let's do a little bit of a vocab breakdown here. Okay, guys. Okay, real quick here. And I'm going to ask a question. Okay, so if you're by yourself listening, you're watching, try to think to yourself whenever I ask you how we are saying this word, and it should be pretty easy because I'm going to do sentence by sentence. Okay, ¿Cómo se dice en español joke? ¿Cómo se dice joke en español? Se dice broma. Okay. ¿Cómo se dice en español to put? The verb to put. Se dice poner. ¿Cómo se dice en español an Indian? An Indian, like native, indigenous. Un indio. Okay. ¿Cómo se dice en español to say in the past preterite tense? To say in the to past preterite tense. Se dice dijiste. Okay. ¿Cómo se dice en español? I don't know what the translation would be. A darky, a dark person, but in a disrespectful way, like a darky. I think if I called someone a darky in English, that'd be pretty offensive. They'd be like, what the hell? What are you talking about, man? Se dice prieto. Un prieto. Okay. ¿Cómo se dice skin en español? Se dice piel. Piel. Okay. ¿Cómo se dice en español to be able to stand? To be able to put up with? Se dice soportar. Soportar is the verb. Soportar, no te soporto. No te soporto. Okay? I can't stand you. No te soporto, güey. Okay, ¿cómo se dice en español? Someone. ¿Cómo se dice someone en español? Before wrapping up today's episode of the podcast, let's listen to the scene one more time. Vamos a escuchar esta escena una vez más. Una vez más.
Es una broma, ¿cierto? El licenciado no puede poner como CEO a un indio.
¿Cómo me dijiste?
Indio. ¿Acaso ves a otro prieto por aquí?
Pues sí, soy de piel morena, aunque tú no soportes que alguien como yo pueda más que tú.
Okay, fenomenal. Excelente, excelente. Well, that's all we have for today's episode, guys. Hope you're enjoying this. Again, I'm going to continue putting these over at my other podcast called Telenovela Spanish, although I will also do them here at Bilingual Badass. So keep listening, guys. The way we're going to be doing these episodes is going to be lesson, telenovela breakdown, and a one-on-one interview immersion Spanish conversation, okay? And that will be the rhythm. So we're going to be learning, we're going to be listening and interacting a little bit, and then we're just going to be doing listening immersion. So it's going to be the complete podcast. Hopefully, eventually, once I have more episodes, this is like your go-to podcast para aprender más español real mexicano. That's all we have for today's episode, guys. Muchas gracias. Nos vemos muy pronto en el próximo episodio. Adiós.